Hey everyone, welcome to the Breakthrough Entrepreneurs Show, where we empower entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, high performance business owners to overcome the challenge of work life balance, burnout, break bad, old, unhealthy, negative habits, behaviors, build new habits, create new rituals, new routines. I'm your host, Muhammad Faraj, and today our topic is why gratitude makes you a stronger entrepreneur. So often entrepreneurs they are chasing goals and building dreams and fighting a vision for their future. But so often we forget to stop and pause and ask ourselves about the goodness, about the greatness in our life, about what we have in our life, how lucky we are, how lucky and happy we should be, how grateful we should be in our life. But unfortunately, life circumstances and businesses, too much work makes us that we forget to remind us. We forget about all the great things, all the wonderful things in our life because we are constantly busy chasing goals, working and spending so much time worrying about future, about our businesses, but we don't specify a certain amount of time. We don't build a habit of gratitude. We don't spend at least 5-10 minutes in our day. So many entrepreneurs they don't do gratitude practices like for days, weeks, months, even a whole year. They forget to feel grateful about their life. They forget to stop, pause for a moment, and think about what is beautiful, what is incredible, what is wonderful about their life. Because we're constantly grinding, hustling. We have this kind of mindset that I'm only focused on work. That means I'm ignoring everything in my life. I'm just focusing on the work. I'm just focusing on the business. I'm just focusing on my goals. But we ignore all the great things. We ignore all the beautiful, the wonderful, the amazing things in our life. And when we meet a setback, when we meet obstacle, or when something doesn't work, instead of reminding us about the great things, about the wonderful things, about the goodness in our life, we're just constantly repeating the same bad habit. First, when we are ignoring all the goodness things in our life, and second thing, when we meet a setback, we repeat the same habit by just focusing on the same thing. We're focusing only on what's not working. We're just focusing and narrowing down our focus only on that setback, only on that failure, only on that mistake, only on losing a client, only for losing a contract. But ignoring gratitude so often leads us to feeling very, very down, very, very low energy. We feel so disappointed. We feel a big emptiness, lackness in our life. We feel like nothing is working and we start to criticize ourselves. We start to view ourselves negatively, saying to ourselves, I'm not good enough. I'm bad. I think this is not for me. This business is not the right business for me. Maybe I shouldn't be an entrepreneur. But on the other hand, if we are repeating, building a better habits, if we are building this most powerful habit in our daily life as entrepreneurs and reminding ourselves about how far we have come, about all the progress that we have made, about all the good things that is working among the things that is not working, about how much we have improved our life, how much we have transformed our health, our productivity, our focus, our relationships, our connections with our audience, with our community, with our people that we are every day serving and helping. So, when you are building this most powerful habit in your daily life, man, you're transforming your life. You are making a huge progress. You are not just improving, growing your business, but you're growing your inner self. You're growing your mindset. You're growing your well being. You're growing your psychology. You're growing your relationships. So, we as entrepreneurs, we should constantly stop and pause and remind us about all the great things in our life, about all the treasures we have in our life, about all the gifts we have from God. Because God gave us so much greatness. God gave us, provided us so many good things in our life so we can live happy, healthy, and fully in our life as human beings. So there is a hidden cost of just adopting this mindset of just working and ignoring our gratitude. Because when so many entrepreneurs don't remind themselves about the grateful life, about the greatness in their life, they end up unfortunately putting so much pressure. They end up putting so much exhaustion in their body, in their life, and they end up being burnout because they're constantly thinking and feeling emptiness, lackness, what is not working, what is negative in my life, in my business. So we're constantly focusing on what we haven't achieved yet. We're constantly thinking about those goals. We haven't reached them yet. The dream life that we haven't built yet. But the fact is, just simply being alive and living a new day, this is something wonderful. This is something amazing that you should be feeling grateful for. Just simply the day that you live, the day that you wake up and you are ready to start working. So many times entrepreneurs, they don't stop, they don't pause, they don't remind themselves about how grateful life they have. So they end up focusing only on achieving goals. And when they don't achieve those goals, they go back to their old version. They go back to their old habits. They start to criticize themselves. They bring so many negative thoughts into their life. And they forget to remind themselves about the progress, about how far they have come, how big a change they have made so far, how much they have transformed, the way they eat, the way they train, the way they work, the way they build relationships or connections with the others. And the other thing is, if you're constantly thinking and focusing only on what is not working, only on what is missing, lackness, emptiness in your life, the hard truth is that you end up creating more of that. You end up creating more lackness, more emptiness, more of those things that are not working in your life and in your business. So you end up attracting things that aren't aligned with your goals, with your dreams, or with what you are aiming for. You end up creating more emptiness, more lackness, more what is not working in your business and in your life. So instead of that, you can stop and remind yourself about the people that you have in your life, how much they love you, they care about you, they believe in you. You can remind yourself about all the great things in your business, about all the wins that you have made or that you are making. You can remind yourself about the progress that you have made so far, even if it's not big, even if it's tiny, even if it's invisible, because so many times our progress is invisible. We are making progress, but it's invisible. So, as entrepreneurs, we should always maintain a healthy and happy and fulfilled life. And this is by doing gratitude practice, by constantly reminding ourselves how grateful we should be, even if things are not working today. That doesn't mean things will always not work. All of these things are temporary, but feeling gratitude and grateful for your life, it's permanent. It's permanent happiness. It's permanent well-being state. It's permanent healthy life. So when you want to show up to your people, to your audience, to the people that you are serving, that you are helping, when you want to show up to your relationships, to people you love, you care about, and they love you, they care about you, they believe in you, you want to remind yourself about these people in your life, your mentors, your coaches, your audience, your siblings, your parents, your kids, when they hug you every day and tell you how much they love you, how much they are proud of you, when your partner cares about you, supports you, and believes in you. All of these people are treasures in your life, and you should be so grateful of having all this big community in your life. You should feel so happy, so grateful, so lucky of having these people in your life, of being surrounded with your siblings, with your parents, with your kids, with your partner, the people that they love you, they support you, they care about you, they believe in you every day, and they are with you in this entrepreneurship journey every step of the way. They're willing to stand for you, to support you, to hold you accountable. So, by simply reminding yourself about all the people that you are surrounded with and that you're not alone, this will bring so much happiness, so much energy. This will fuel you when things are not working, when you are failing, when you are meeting setbacks. You always remind yourself that you're not alone in this journey and that there are many people around you and they will help you, they will contribute into your success. So even when we haven't achieved our goals, even when we haven't built that dream life yet, but that doesn't mean that we should stop and not think about the good things about our life. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't chase your goals. That doesn't mean you shouldn't always dream about that life. But you should enjoy the experience while you are chasing your goals, while you are working on achieving those goals, while you're trying to build that dream life. You should enjoy the experience. You should enjoy the wonderful memories, the wonderful people in your life, the wonderful things, the activities that you are going through while building that business, while you are growing your business. So gratitude should be a number one on your list if you want to transform your entrepreneurial life. Because if we're not feeling grateful for what we have, how are we expecting to achieve success? How are we expecting to bring more happiness, more healthy life, more fulfillment, more progress, more success, more relationships, more good things into our life if we're not feeling grateful at the moment of what we have currently. There is a successful entrepreneur. He's giving an example of being grateful in your life. So another friend of his, he asked him about what is he grateful for, or what is he feeling grateful at the moment. So that successful entrepreneur, he replied to his friend. He told him, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm grateful for. I can't think of something I'm grateful for. And while they were talking about this topic, two people, they showed up at the restaurant. Two people, they had cancer. And they walked by those people. They had shaved their hair, and it was so visible to them that those people had cancer. And while they were passing by those two people, the entrepreneur and his friend, they smiled at those people and they said hi to them. And then that guy replied to that entrepreneur. He told him, and do you still not know what you're grateful for after you see those people having cancer? So often we don't think about the wonderful goodness in our life. There are people who have diseases. There are people, they have cancer, and they are going to die any moment, any day. Imagine when someone has a cancer and the doctor tells him or her that they're going to die in like 1 month, or for example in December or November. Like, imagine how those people will think. Imagine how much worry, how much scared they're going to be. And you still not feel grateful for your life. You still not finding something you're grateful for, and you still ignore all the good things in your life. Like, simply the air that you are breathing, the water that you are drinking, the roof on top of you when you are living in your house that is protecting you from a hot sunlight, or from raining, or from snowing. The nature, the beautiful nature that is built for you, all these wonderful trees, all these wonderful lakes, water, all these nature places that always reminds you about how grateful you should be. These are reminders for all of us to feel like how wonderful, how great life we have. The food on your table, the things that you consume every day, and we still ignore how great life we have. Even when we haven't achieved our goals, even when we haven't built that dream life, but we are living a wonderful life already. We have everything in our life. We have everything we need. I can give you an example of immigration. For me, for example, me living as immigrant here in Sweden, in Europe, I haven't seen my family for at least 11 years. And last time I met a family, they were from different country too. So I was looking at the parents and their daughter. Do you know how far their daughter was from her parents? She was sitting like 10 centimeters away from her parents on chairs at a restaurant. While I was looking at that family, I was looking and watching their daughter. And that moment reminded me that, do you know how many million kilometers I'm far away from my mother country where my family lives in Iraq? Do you know how far, how long it is from Europe, from Sweden in Europe to Iraq in the Middle East? It's different continents, it's different countries. And just to fly from Sweden to my home country, to Iraq, it will take you at least 8 to 9 hours flight. I'm talking flying and not driving. And I was looking at that family, and their daughter was only 5-10 centimeters away from her parents. Like, I felt so amazed about the difference. And I still every day I wake up in the morning while I'm doing journaling. I have this healthy positive habit where I'm doing journaling, and while I'm doing journaling I do gratitude practice. I write at least 10 to 12 things that I'm grateful for. Even though I'm immigrant, even though I haven't seen my family for 11 years, even though I'm 9 hours flight from my country, from my family. There are so many things that you should be grateful in your life. But because of our habits, unfortunately, those greatness, those goodness in our life, they are hidden, they are ignored. That we don't check in with ourselves, we don't remind ourselves, we forget. We forget how wonderful family we have. We forget how much love we have. You should always remind yourself to be grateful that you have a family, you have a wonderful, beautiful family in your life as an entrepreneur or business owner or solopreneur or a high performer. It doesn't matter. You have a wonderful life. You have wonderful, amazing, incredible people in your life. They are living with you, they are staying with you, they love you, they support you, they help you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 30 days a month, 12 months a year. They're all the time there with you. So you're not alone. I know so many people, they live alone. They don't have a family like me. They don't have friends. Well, I do have friends, but there are many people that don't even have friends. So I'm so grateful that I have many friends that make me feel like they're my family. You have love. So many people don't have love. They live a life with non-meaning. There is no meaning in their life. There is no purpose in life. But if you have love in your life, if you have people that they love you and you love them, you should be so grateful for having this life. You should be so grateful for what you have in your life currently. Even if you're missing some things, even if you're missing a car, or if you're missing like traveling, vacations, you should be so happy for what you have right now. And as entrepreneurs and business owners, even if we haven't achieved our goals, we should be so grateful for the courage, for taking action, to even starting our business, even if we haven't built that dream life, even if we haven't achieved our goals yet. But we should be so happy, so grateful, and we should celebrate even simply by starting our business, by just simply taking actions. We should be so grateful in our life on the quality that we have in our life. We should be so grateful for the things that we have made in our life, for the skills. We should be so grateful about the knowledge, the experience that we have gained through this entrepreneurship journey. So here are some practical tips for you to make sure that you are doing gratitude practice. So for example, every day you start your day and you end your day, make sure that you keep track of your gratitude. Make it a habit, make it a ritual in your morning routine and in your evening routine, where you are practicing gratitude, where you are constantly reminding yourself about how grateful you are in your life, about all the beautiful, the wonderful things, the greatness, the goodness in your life. And even when things doesn't work, even when you meet setbacks, even when you fail, even when you make mistakes, even when you repeat bad habits, you should stop, pause, take breath in, breathe multiple times, and remind yourself that even if things are not working right now at this moment, but I have made progress, and other things are working well in my life, in my business. So I shouldn't criticize myself, I shouldn't feel or think negatively about life, and I should be optimistic about my future, that things will work out in the future. And you should always keep tracking your journaling. While you're doing journaling, you should write things that you are grateful in your life. Always think and imagine the wonderful things that you have in your life. So when you are doing journaling, write at least 10 to 12 things that you feel so grateful in your life. And I promise you, this will transform your life. This will change your life. This will make a big improvement in your life by simply practicing gratitude. And don't forget, even if you haven't achieved your goals, but you are on your way to make your dreams come true, to build that dream life. And you should be grateful that you're able to create even when things are not working. You should be grateful for having the freedom that you can get back and try again and create again and grow more, learn more, develop more, improve your life more. So we should be so grateful as human beings for having this freedom, for having this ability to try and retry again and get back on the track. Thank you so much for watching and listening to this content. Please don't forget to follow me on iTunes or Spotify and leave a review on this episode. Tell me your thoughts, give me your feedback so I can improve this episode or this podcast. And make sure that you download your free guide below in the description area so you can start transforming your life by creating and building new habits and reclaiming your life. Thank you so much again for watching and listening to this content. I hope to see you in the next content. Bye everyone. That wasn't bad.